know it's holiday season, so we just need to get this out. Happy holidays. And if you are still wondering what to do for the holidays, like my holiday stuff is free. Just go get it.
Just go find it.
Just go
I'm
find
sure
it.
the link is live.
It's totally live, and I'm actually going to send an email today. This is, of course, you're not going to hear this for a couple weeks, but reminding everyone, just go get the holiday stuff, y'all. Just get it. I have no desire to sell it to you.
Just get
just
it.
go get it. Just go get it. Yeah.
And you guys, it's good. It's stuff we used to sell. So the fact that you're getting it for free, like,
yeah, just my energy is like, take it. I think I do have the like if you need like social media templates, you can get that. You can buy that. But other than that, all the how-to stuff.
yeah. Roxanne.
Yeah, talk to me, Vern.
Your nails are red.
You noticed?
What is going on?
I'm winging it.
Woo, you're bringing some spice to your nails.
No, see what happened was this is a really good. I'm glad that you pointed this out because I've forgotten at this point. But my girlfriend, Leah, has y'all need to go check her out on the gram. Really, she's big on TikTok, which she's on the gram as well too, under Maxine's Revenge. She has this whole like she has been in the beauty industry for eons and like was there and helped like companies like Too Faced and stuff become a thing, and was with Sephora and all the places all around the world. All this day she's starting her own beauty line, and it's for makeup for like women over 40. Super cool, great vibe. And she was like, will you come model for me? Because her prototypes had come in, or the first round of actual product came in. And so yes, it's like, okay. She's like, we gotta go get our nails done. And this is Big Apple Red from OPI for the look. I haven't seen the pictures yet, but yeah. So I was like, red. She's like, are you okay with red? I'm like, hey, it's for the shot. I'm cool with it. So I have red.
Gotta do what you gotta do for the shot.
Do what you do for the shot.
Wow. I'm like, wait, pause a second. There are red nails on those fingers that are usually ombre, or for a while they were like a wedding white, but.
Thanks for noticing.
You're welcome.
So I have been doing this thing for one of my clients who is a top leader in a low tox living network marketing company. And I am doing a series of training for her team. And it's all about getting them into that rhythm of how to sell, frankly, and how to get, because here's the thing. I know we always say lead. Well, no, we don't always say, let me go back. I know people always, by the way, next week, I just need everyone to know, we're going to be talking about the slimy bullshit that's going on in network marketing right now. Just, it came to me. I'm winging it. Like we might be a little gossipy, but we're going to talk about some of that shit. That's going to be
I love some gossip. Okay. All right. So back to here, how to sell.
Scheduled programming. It just came to me. And so I had to just say that we're going to do that because we needed to call some of that. Back to this though. So the thing is lead with the business, but the business, like if you're leading with the business and recruiting people, you do not have a stable income in. You don't have one that you can control. You are at the whims completely of other people, which is fine if you don't need the money, but most people right now need the ching-ching. And so what helps and gives you the freedom to be able to be in the right energy space to recruit people and to even be able to talk about it and be like, I believe that this company works, is if you have a stable customer base. But you need to learn how to get that stable customer base. And as you're doing that, yes, you're going to get team members. But if you know that you have X amount of dollars coming in, if you know, okay, I know that every month I'm going to have approximately $200 to $500, or maybe I'm going to have $500 to $1,000 or whatever, depending on where you are. If you know that, then you can take some of that time and start spending it on recruiting and truly recruiting from a place of abundance and not lack. But if you're like, I don't know how much volume I have, you're going to be scrambling and you're going to be desperate, make desperate.
Oh, I agree. I really like that you're coming from this angle because I never understood lead with the business. Maybe later on down on the road, but like from my business view and lens of life, it's like, it didn't make sense. I'm like, no, you get your customers first and you have a solid base and you always have customers. Always. That's not something you stop doing.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I don't like the fact that when people say I want customers, other people are like, well, I'm going to I'm a business builder. I'm going to lead with the business. That doesn't mean that people who have customers aren't business. Are you kidding me? They are business
Right.
as well, too. I think it's because of the way the comp structures are set up. I know some of the companies, probably some of the ones you all are in right now listening, are changing their comp plans to really encourage, or they have recently changed them to really encourage recruiting. And I am not against recruiting. I think that is, you
Yeah.
do your thing.
You want that as well.
Yes. And yes, that's where you'll see the exponential money growth can happen a little bit faster with these compensation plans. But not having customers means you don't have that base when you're growing, means that you aren't depending on other people wanting to grow their business as well too. And also, frankly, kind of makes you out of touch. Suddenly you don't really know. Like you don't know about the product, you don't know about what your team members who do have customers, what they're going through, because you're so far removed. You're up on your little cloud, and great, have your cloud, do your thing, but it is really a good thing to remember or take that time to always have customers. I agree with what you said, Taryn. Always have customers. Even if it comes to a point where you're like, I have 10. I have a big business and I have 10 customers. Good, because those 10 customers, they keep you grounded and real. Let's be real.
Exactly. Yep.
Yes.
I love that. I had to call that out, guys.
Glad you did. So yeah, I've been doing this weekly and it's been really great. And it's been growing because the buzz is happening and other people who are like, oh, I want to be in it too. And so we're having a good time. And I'm blowing their minds. And I love that. I'm like, oh, blew your mind too. Yes, this is what you're going to do. Here's the thing. Anyhow, with that, and as I was meeting with my client and we were talking about stuff because they just had their convention. And so I'm like, tell me what happened so I can make sure that these next weeks are really catered to leveraging all of the stuff from convention, and I can make that happen. So anyhow, I tell you all that because something that I realized that was coming up, bubbling up a lot, is that people are afraid to talk to their customers. They're just afraid.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like in general, and I'm not talking about this company, but I'm just talking about as putting this together.
Generalized.
Yes, generalized.
Yeah.
Yet you get the customer and you're so thrilled to get the customer. And then you just pray and spray that they're going to just keep on buying over and over again, but you're not actually talking to them. I'm heating up. I got to turn on the fan because I'm getting like, this is making me excited. So I'll be right back. BRB commercial. What happens when you wear barefoot dreams in the morning? But gosh, it feels so good. So they're not talking to their, oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'll mark it.
So you get the customer and then you don't talk to the customer again. And then you wonder why you don't have consistent customers. Or you keep reaching out to people and they're ghosting you and you don't know what to talk to them about anymore. This works for both. This works for the people that you're prospecting and it works for your current customers. Here's my plan, Stan. This is what I want you all to do. Okay. I'm just going to go right into this. What you need to do. First of all, talk to your customers. They
talk to them.
Want to hear from you. If they didn't want to talk to you, they would have shopped from Amazon. Come on now. Get real. Talk to your customers. That's number one. Number two is this. If you have any customer that has been buying from you for a year, it's time to offer them. This is so simple. I started laughing. It's time. And I'm seriously heating up. This is like a thing. Now all the people who have like menopause things are sending to me. I'm menopause, but you're like,
you do get warm in the mornings.
oh, like, boy, I do. And I'm not even drinking tea. Okay. So here's the thing. If you have anyone who's been shopping with you for a year or more, it is time to let them know, hey, so-and-so, you know, the last time we did a consult to really see what you need, a custom consult, was over a year ago. Your time for your annual review, your annual whatever you want to call it, so we can really take a look and make sure that we are meeting your needs for whatever transformation you wanted to give them, whether it's something from like Tastefully Simple or whatever it is. Like, it doesn't matter. You're going to give them an annual review. You should be doing this all the time, or every year at least. That gives you a chance to actually have a conversation with them, y'all. A conversation
Mhm.
where you ask them about how their products are working for them. You ask them about what changes they might have had in their life, how their kids are doing, all the things. And then you're able to give them a custom recommendation of what products they should use over the next year.
Ooh,
Genius. This is genius.
this is genius. But my head
Genius.
is going, is this where you lead with the business?
No, I
No?
mean, okay, not as a must have. And a couple reasons. If you go in
Mhm.
thinking, I'm going to have this conversation, I'm going to leave with the business, which is what most people are going to do, even though you didn't mean it that way, Taryn, then you're not listening to them. And then you're just looking
Mhm.
for talking about the business. The second thing
Yep.
is, let's be real, y'all. Some of your customers that you think I should switch them over to being business builders because I have a promotion or I need to get my rank or I need to go on my trip, and you move them over, you regret that later because they are not actually business builders. They're wholesale clients. And now you're not making as much money, but you have to still nurture them like customers to make sure they're still buying. So don't do it.
Mm.
Even if it seems
Mhm.
like don't do it. Okay. Now, if they sit there and they say, I'm actually looking to make more money, I'm passionate about this. Like if they give you the signs of this, then yes, talk to them about the business. But this gives you an opportunity to actually look and say, okay, you've been buying this from me. And now, like Rodan and Fields, good example. Rodan and Fields is like all high on the hair care right now. Hair. Okay. They're like hairography, like they're doing the thing, right?
Yeah.
So if someone came in and bought one of your regimens, your skincare regimens, and they never got on the hair train over the last year, if you have an opportunity to sit down with them and give them the consultation, number one, could be that they came for, I don't know, sunspots, or and their skin looks good now and they need to move to your anti-aging regimen. That's one, but they don't know that because you
Mhm.
haven't given them that personal consultation to reevaluate. But then secondly, you can talk to them about their hair and you can
Mhm.
showcase these are the new products we have about hair, and it's an intimate conversation, not just, oh yeah, I saw some of that stuff on social media, or I saw that email about it. That all reinforces it, don't get me wrong. So then when you do have that
Right.
conversation, they're like, oh yes, I heard about that, that's real.
Yes.
But they can ask you those specific questions about how's it going to help for me, this is what I need, blah 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 blah. But here's the other thing
Yeah.
it does. It
Mhm.
increases the value of what you're offering them. When they get a personal annual review to make sure that the transformation that they wanted is happening and to tweak for what they need now. Listen, they could be going through menopause now and they weren't when they were first your client. There's all these things that
Mhm.
could have changed, right? I don't know why I'm thinking about menopause. I
Because you're
literally,
hot.
because I'm hot. Like what life is going to be like as I get older. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it is so
This is
simple.
gold.
I
Like, this
know.
is gold. The one thing that is screaming at me is,
Scream it.
are people scared to do this?
Yes,
Is
because
this
they're afraid to
scary?
talk to people. Yes.
Yeah. It's like, oh, now I need to spend like 30 minutes with this person.
Heaven forbid, it might make a bunch more orders and then you get more referrals. And oh my gosh. Now, yeah, I hear you. You don't have to talk to everyone. But if you said to yourself, okay, I have X amount of clients, and this month I'm going to do an annual review for 10% of them.
Mhm.
And every month you do it for 10%.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
I really I
simple.
think this is genius. I think this is a great thing to build into your business. It's giving people the personalization that Amazon can't get them. Because for me as a shopper, I get stuck because it's like I'll see, this is why I like the influencers. I see them wearing it, and it's like, it gives you that one step closer of what you should buy. But then you get it in the mail and it doesn't fit your body type. And you're like, oh, I wish just someone would help me do this instead of wasting so much time
Totally.
buying the wrong thing.
Yes, absolutely. And then it also gives an opportunity if you're like, yeah, I really wanted to try that, but I'm not sure. You can say, well, let me send you a sample. This is already a
Yeah.
customer you have. Send them a freaking sample so they can try it,
Yeah.
and then you can move forward with it. But yeah, it is so easy, and I don't know why we're not doing it, but shame, shame, shame. But let's start doing this, y'all. And I'm not shaming you. I'm just saying shame that like this is not something that has been baked into our industry. A lot of companies have quizzes, right? And then a lot of you
Mhm.
make custom quizzes. But the quiz is like, I'm just doing that to get people in. And then you're like, all right, they're a customer. I'll have them
Mhm.
rely on the corporate emails. Boo. And you know, I just going to trust that they're going to keep on ordering, and I'll send them things and thank you them for being a great customer. And y'all keep doing that. But if you really want to give someone that custom service, you've got to talk to them, and you've got to see how things are going in their lives and see how you can make sure that what the great products you have are helping them be better in whatever way they want to be better.
Yes. And I think I've said this before on the podcast. If not, if this is new to you, you guys, it is easier to make a sale on someone who already is your customer. They already trust you. They've already probably gotten a result that they wanted with the product. They know the quality of the product. Spend time there when you're like, I'm not getting sales that I want. Okay. Talk to your customers. Literally, it's that simple.
It's that simple. And when you're offering to serve them, it helps. Now, a little tweak to that. If you're saying, okay, Roxanne, I know you mentioned earlier, this can also work for prospecting. Yeah, it totally can. Rather than going in and saying, hey, I've got these products, what do you want? Like, I'm going to put you on this page. I got another one of those recently. All those things, right? How about you say, listen, wanted to touch base with you. This is what I literally, this goes back. This is where it does come back to what I'm doing with the coaching that team. Is this, hey, we just had a wellness. I just came back from a wellness conference. And at the conference, we had an expert who was talking about blah, 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 fill in the blank. And it got to me thinking about the impact that blah, blah, blah has on our blah, 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 blah. I wanted to just check in with you and see how you were doing. Are you having any of these symptoms? Or are you like almost like a wellness check, depending on what you sell? I just wanted to check in with you and see if you wanted to touch base more about some of those blah, blah, blah symptoms and what some things that you might be able to do to solve it. That is you talking about helping them as opposed to you saying, buy my products. And when you do that, and when they say yes, by the way, so with my client, went through this with her before, said, okay, do this. She did it within, I don't know, a few minutes of sending out 4 messages. She got 1 appointment, booked, 1 saying, yes, I want to talk. What can we talk in 2 weeks? And then 2 she hadn't heard from. So that's a 50% conversion, which by the way is good. If you're wondering is that good, that's excellent. Sending out 4 messages. She got 2. Yes. Let's talk about this more.
Yes.
And why did she? Because she led with, I want to help you. I'm checking in on how you're doing regarding this issue. And here's why. And can we talk? Like,
what's in it for you?
You. Exactly.
The customer.
But I do want to remind you, once you do have that conversation, because then you get those, you're like, yes. And it's like, oh shit, I have to talk to that person. Again, you do. But here's the thing. You're going to be listening. You're not, maybe that may make you feel better. You're not talking to your customers. You're not talking to your prospects. You're listening to them. And maybe that you're literally asking them a question and letting them just give you the information. And then you ask them another question, and you can get very specific about like the questions that you need to know from them so that you can get the information that you need so that you can actually give them a recommendation. Bada bing, here's my recommendation on how to help you with XYZ.
Yeah. I like that. That can go far in your guys' sales. So it's like, I challenge you guys to do that this week. Who can you do an annual review with? Or maybe like you've never done a consultation. Maybe it's like, hey, we've been together now. You've been using the products for 6 months. I would love to now do another consultation or a first consultation even. Yes.
Also, I would say this, if you're super nervous about listening, not talking to, but listening, do it, practice it with a friend. Can you like literally just practice with like, I'm worried about this. I'm nervous about this. Can we do this together? Can you just be my person?
Practice with your team, practice with someone who maybe knows nothing about products.
Yeah.
Your sister, your cousin, your sister cousin.
Sister, what is that?
I don't know.
Oh, I love it. All right. That's what I have for you. Enjoy that nugget of genius.
Boom.
And
Such a nugget.
As your volume grows, please let us know at RoxTalks. Message us on the gram. We'd love to hear
The
it.
gram.
The
We
gram.
love. Okay. Do we have time for a quick behind the scenes?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Behind the scenes, you guys, you need to know. I'm getting rid of my red hair tomorrow.
What?
It's
What
going
color are we going?
bye-bye.
Purple?
You'll have to see.
Oh, I get red nails.
Mhm.
She says bye to red. And we cannot wait to see. In a few weeks, we'll see it on the YouTube channel.
Exactly. Exactly. So stay
Yeah.
tuned or just watch. I mean, by the time you probably watching my reels on the gram, so you'll know by
Yes.
then. But
Yes.
I'm so excited. It's a
I'm
big
excited for you.
change, I
You
think.
found a new hairstyle. So of course you moved. So that's exciting.
Whole story I'll tell you guys
Oh,
next time.
Lordy. My behind the scenes is we're moving.
You're just going to drop that bomb right
I
now.
am.
All right. Stay tuned for next week and we'll
Bye.
tell you more.
Take care.